Hello and welcome here at your yoga journey. My name is Daniela and I'm happy that you're practicing with me today. So it's nearly done our yoga journey, and today we want to have a few asanas on our back, a few laying on our belly, just a few stretches in between all the other classes. So for the beginning, just come to sit back into child's pose. Put the knees a little bit wider apart than the hips. Rest your forehead on your arms. Keep a steady breathing. Close your eyes if you want. Just relax for a moment. Remember, this is your time of practice. Nothing to hurry. With the next inhale, slowly open your eyes. Walk with your hands forward and come into your regular child's pose. Feel the stretch in the arms. And with the next inhale, put your hands on your fingertips to really give your shoulders a little bit more of a stretch. Try to feel the lengthening in the spine. With the next inhale, move forward, still on your fingertips. And then with the exhale, backwards again. With the inhale, forward, shoulders over wrist and elbows in one line. Inhale. With the exhale, come back into your child's pose. Inhale, move forward, put your hands completely on your yoga mat and come with the exhale backwards. With the inhale, forward again, some kind of cow variation, and with the exhale backwards, cat. You can always come back on your fingertips, depends on what you're used to, what you're comfortable with. With the next exhale, back into cat's pose. With the inhale, move forward. And with the exhale, backwards into child's pose. With the next inhale, cow pose again. With the exhale, child's pose. With the next inhale, just come forward and meet in your regular tabletop position before you tuck your toes and push yourself into a neutral version of your tabletop. With the next inhale, stretch your right leg to the back. Hands are stable on the ground. If you want, you can move your arms further away from your body so your chest is going towards the floor. With the next inhale, bring your right leg back and stretch your left leg to the back. Same here. If you want, move your arms forward. Bring your chest towards your yoga mat. Stay here. With the next inhale, come into neutral tabletop position. Stay here. And with the next inhale, move your right arm underneath your left arm. Put your right shoulder on the ground. Feel the twist in the spine and let your left arm move away from your head. You can put it on your left hand on fingertips again if you want, or put the full hand on the ground. More important is the stretch in the spine. With the next inhale, put the left hand on the mat again, the right hand on the mat, and we just switch sides. Left arm underneath the right one, right arm stretched out over your head. Same here, fingertips or full hand. Decide whatever is yours. With the next inhale, place your right hand on your yoga mat again, your left as well, and then tuck your toes, push yourself backward into downward facing dog. Bend and stretch your knees a few times. With the next inhale, we try a twisted down dog. Move your right hand towards the left leg and try to look underneath your left armpit towards the ceiling. If you feel your left leg is too far away, you can just move your hand towards your leg and stop on the point where you feel it's just enough. Try to twist your spine as far as you can. Maybe it gets easier if you come to your tippy toes on your left foot. With the next inhale, move the right hand forward again. Come into your plank pose. Before you come to Chaturanga with your exhale. And tuck your toes. With the next inhale, we come to Cobra pose. Try whatever cobra you want to try. Make it a baby cobra or a regular one. Just feel the back bend. Your hands are just on the mat to give you a little bit of a stability, but not pushing into your hands. You should really feel the energy coming from the back. With the next inhale, step back into downward facing dog. With the next inhale, try to put your left hand towards your right foot, so the twisted down dog on the other side. You can also try to put your forearm on the ground on halfway towards your right foot or your right hand. Try what you can find on the way between left hand and right foot. And maybe you found your own twisted down dog variation. Feel free to modify, getting creative. With the next inhale, bring your left hand to the regular spot, come forward into plank. Before you lowering down into Chaturanga, maybe you want to put your knees on the floor. With the next inhale, come upwards into Cobra. Try to really find your balance, your stability here. Gaze is looking forward. One more breathing here. And with the next inhale, tuck your toes, push yourself backwards into downward facing dog. Maybe you want to bend and stretch both knees at the same time for a little bit. With the next inhale, step forward with your right foot into low lunge. Try to keep your hip as high as you can. And then wriggle your right foot on the outside so we come into lizard's pose. Bring both forearms on the ground. Have your right knee pushing towards right shoulder. Let your head dangling between your hands. Try to keep your hip as high as possible while you focus on your breathing. With the next inhale, bring both hands on the ground again, come into regular lizard before you step your left leg to the front and we meet in Malasana. Malasana is always a good option to open up the hips, find some balance here. You can always put your hands on the ground before you instead of bringing your hands together in front of your chest. Try whatever is yours. Try to stay here, feel the bending in the knees, the rotation in the hip. And then with the next inhale, bring both hands on the ground and slowly push yourself this far away from the ground that you can put your right leg to the back and we meet in lizard on the other side. You can try to put your forearms on the ground here as well. Try to lowering down your lizard pose. You can always try to put one forearm on the ground and one hand, if this is more your variation than the other one. Or you just put both forearms on the ground. Whatever variation you choose, stay here for one more breathing. Before you put both hands on the ground again and step back into your plank pose. From here, bring your knees towards the floor, Chaturanga, lay down on your belly. With the inhale, put your hands beside your chest. And then bring them both to the front on your fingertips again. Feel the stretch in the shoulders. Look towards your mat. And then start lifting your right leg. Keep it straight, not bended, and just try to activate your bum muscles, your leg muscles, to lift your leg up high. Let it stay here, hovering over the yoga mat. Before you bring it down again and start lifting your left leg. This pose is really giving you some energy, some working with your back muscles, with your bum muscles. One more breathing here before you bring your left leg to the ground again. Relax your fingertips, put your palms of your hands on the mat. Then with the next inhale, try to lift both legs at the same time, like you would do in boat pose. Activate your back muscles, your bum muscles, your whole legs. So you might feel that your thighs can lift up from the ground. With the exhale, release the energy. Come down on your mat again. With the next inhale, tuck your toes under. Bring the hands beside your chest. And we meet in Cobra. Try to make it a regular Cobra, a higher version. If you feel that's too much of a back bend, try the baby Cobra again. It's always a good thing to find some variations. With the next exhale, rest your forehead on your yoga mat. Before you start, bending both knees, toes are pointing towards the ceiling. You have a few options now to try To balance here, you can keep your hands beside your chest. Have your head lifted, or you try to grab your feet from the outer side and find some relaxed bow pose. It's perfectly fine if your chest and your thigh are still connected with the yoga mat. We really want to feel the stretch and not giving that much energy into the back bend. You might just feel that the scapula is moving towards the spine. If you feel like you want to give your bow pose a try, then just grab your feet from the outer part and then lift your chest, lift your thighs from the yoga mat and try to balance on your hip bones. Maybe hovering a little bit forward, backwards, trying to find your balance here. And with the next exhale, put yourself down on the yoga mat again. Release your feet. Let your arms, your legs resting. Bring your arms forward if you want to rest your forehead on your arms, or you can just have them lying beside your body. Whatever you feel most comfortable with. With the next inhale, put your hands beside your chest, lift yourself up and come back into child's pose. Child's pose is always a good option after any kind of back bend, heart opener or something like this. It just releases pressure from the lower spine. Try to calm down here. With the next inhale, come forward again into tabletop position. Before you bring your legs on one side into a sitting position, have your feet in front of your body, have your hands meet above your head before you twist open to the left side. Left hand on the mat behind you, right hand next to your left knee. Feel the twist in the spine. And try to avoid your arm bending in the left elbow. Look away over your left shoulder. With the next inhale, let your hands meet above your head one more time before you twist open to the right side. Right hand behind you on the mat, left hand on the right knee or next to the right knee on the ground. Wherever you find balance, wherever you feel comfortable. One more breathing here. And with the next inhale, slowly turn towards center again, hands meeting above your head for one more time, before you bring them towards your knees and roll yourself backwards, lying on the ground. Knees hugged towards your chest. There are only a few stretchings left. Try to slow down your breathing here. And then bring your left leg extended to the front. Keep your right leg bended towards you. Slow down your breathing. Before you switch the sides, right leg extended to the front, left leg bended, knee towards chest. With the next inhale, release your left leg. Lay it down in front of you. Have your arms rest beside you, palm of your hands looking towards the ceiling. Find your peace in Shavasana. Take some time to find your breathing, slowly relaxing. You might feel the energy from the class and all your muscles working around. With the next inhale, slowly start moving your hands, your feet, and then sit up. Slowly, carefully come into a cross-legged seat again. With the next inhale, let your hands meet above your head. With the exhale, let them close in front of your heart. Namaste. Thanks for practicing again with me today. I hope you enjoyed the class, found maybe some strength in your bow pose, or just had a good time. See you tomorrow.